What's something that's considered normal that creeps you out immediately? Story 1. When people document, video record, or take a photo or write an article themselves or to people when helping the impoverished, especially those videos of influencers on YouTube, vlogging, and helping the homeless, showing their faces and stuff. BS and creepy for me. If you help, help. There's no need to let others know. Story 2. Weirdly, most couches don't have washable cushion covers. Of course, everyone finds more than usual, but they would think it's funny if someone just slept on a bare mattress without ever putting a sheet on it, when in reality, it's the same thing. I bought a couch with cushion covers you can take off and put in the washing machine for that reason. Story 3. Those spam calls where you answer, hear a little beep, then nothing, and it hangs up on you immediately are creepy. Of course, it's probably just some auto dialer programming being screwy, but I always imagine some weird conspiracy about them recording my voice to use it against me somehow. Story 4. I genuinely don't know why I'm in trouble. I insisted I didn't want to participate, but the manager told me I had to show everyone the picture of my dick in my girlfriend's butthole. He said I had no choice. It was part of staff bonding. Story 5. There's this sales technique called mirroring, where the salesperson mimics the customer's body language to gain rapport. Many people also do it subconsciously to some extent. Anyway, this creeps me out. Story 6. The various poses from Instagram models. It's so cringy that it creeps me out, especially when their eyes are slightly squinted and their mouth is half open like it's some seductive, sexy thing. It's just way off. Story 7. I've had male teachers and staff call me good girl after doing a task for them. This is the way some men say thank you to girls, and it's fucking weird and creepy every time. A simple thanks would suffice. Story 8. Asking a couple when they plan on getting pregnant, or a couple's unsolicited sharing that they're trying to get pregnant. I feel gross every time. Story 9. They're forcing children to kiss and hug, be kissed and hugged by adult relatives or friends of their parents, even when the said child finds this uncomfortable or repellent, and also being scolded for being rude if they protest. The autonomy to consent to physical contact on one's terms should be withheld at age of legal majority. Story 10. My cousin's wife does this sort of weird shit, like she has no concept of personal anatomy or creepiness. She'll casually start talking about the baby's testicles, and I can see the frustration building in her husband's eyes. Story 11. My dad used to walk with his fingers around the back of my neck when we were in public. He could never understand why I squirmed away from that and batted his hand away. It felt like a power thing. It made me feel small and vulnerable. I see it occasionally in public with guys and their girlfriends and dads with their kids, and I always get goosebumps from remembering what that feels like. Story 12. I'm looking at someone's photos on their iPhone, and these things move for a split second, and it creeps me out. I know I'm fuddy-duddy, but I like photos not to move. Story 13. This is an interesting one because that understanding differs culturally. I had an Indian roommate, and we were good friends, but touching my arm when joking around or something was normal for him, and something I wasn't used to another dude doing. So it caught me off guard the first couple of times, but it helped me become more comfortable with it and see it as a term of endearment. If you don't like it though, I understand your viewpoint. Story 14. When people sit on their hands and wait until a minor turns 18 to sexualize them, and especially when they have a countdown for it, like Millie Bobby Brown. Weird shit. I know not everyone considers it every day, but it's pretty normalized, at least among men. Story 15. When someone seems a little too normal or excellent, I don't trust you if right away you're willing to give me the shirt off your back. I haven't been chased around the block before, and for damn sure, I'm not going to start now, not without a fight, at least. Story 16. When older relatives demand kids hug and kiss when it's time to leave. I have 2 young boys and their grandma insist on hugs and kisses for everyone in the room. I have to tell her every single time that if they don't want to, they don't have to. Story 17. People are talking on their Bluetooth earpieces in public. If I don't see what you're talking about, you just look like a weirdo conversing with yourself. Story 18. I saw my dad in the hospital not long after he died. His mouth and eyes were open and he looked frightened and tiny. I then saw him in his coffin and he looked great. Their eyes and mouth closed, and the lady who prepared him made him look so lovely. He was dressed in a beautiful blue shirt clutching a rosary. He had bought the case for his granddaughter's wedding, but died before he could wear it. Story 19. Family channels. Imagine having to live your entire life on camera, with little to no privacy, without being able to consent to it. Also, no current laws protecting child influencers' income as child actors have. If your content can't exist without your child, it's their job, not yours. Story 20. As a kid, the father of one of my friends used to chase all of us around and tickle us. The vibe was so creepy, all of us kids just instinctively knew to stay the fuck away from him. When I met my husband, he told me he's super sensitive to tickling certain areas, which is not fun or funny to him. So I promised never to pet him, and it's one of the best ideas I've had. Most people don't want to be petted. They laugh because it's a natural reaction, but more often than not, they aren't enjoying themselves. Story 21. I clean pools in residential areas, and my boss will sometimes give me shit for not taking good pictures of the collection after I finish cleaning them. The pictures go to the property managers so they can't throw a fit about the group being dirty. My pictures are shit sometimes because I make sure not to photograph anyone, child or not, using the pool. I wouldn't want people taking pictures of me without my consent, and reading your comment makes me double down on what I'm doing. Story 22. Every company creating an ecosystem requires my home address, credit card, and birthday just to listen to music or use the software. Not a shred of my identity is unsold at this point. Story 23. I got my work bonus as a virtual gift card. It's just a preloaded digital credit card on my phone. I used all but 32 cents, and now I use it to sign up for a free trial for software. It's still valid for a couple of years and isn't tied to my identity. I wish I'd thought of it sooner. Story 24. Caregivers are putting their Alzheimer's patients on social media so people will praise them for being patient. It's just not respectful to the person with Alzheimer's. You're stripping them of whatever dignity they have left. It's becoming more of a trend, and it's so disturbing. Story 25. I notice that is the default conversation mothers have in public places. One will mention everything that they have to do on the weekend, then the next lady will go through her list, then the next. Like it's some competition to have the most stuff going on. I'm a mom too, but that's not on my topic of choice because I don't care to know their schedule, nor to share my schedule. Story 26. Some girl from my high school had a kid, and I've watched her grow up for the last 3 years. Almost every day she posts 5+ photos of her and her kid doing whatever they did that day. It feels weird to watch some kid I've never met growing up. Story 27. A story my mom told me a while back. We were visiting relatives at our grandparents' cottage. My taller sister was running around naked at some point. One uncle said, she's going to grow up to be a prostitute. Story 28. I once met a girl at a pool party who seemed calm, but I quickly learned that all they wanted to do was take pictures. So let's all take pictures here, go over, and take pictures. Pictures of her, pictures of me, and my friends. It was the only thing she wanted to do, take pictures, be aesthetic. It wasn't creepy like she was going to keep them or something. It was bizarre because you could see that she only thought about taking pics for gram. Later, I'd see a post about her at a park and knew that she only took pictures of herself there. So I don't know if she knew she was addicted to the likes. Story 29. I caught someone filming me once when I bought a homeless guy a meal and sat and chatted with him for a bit. I asked her to delete it. I know it's not the same as recording yourself, but I just don't want that being out there when the homeless guy wasn't even asked permission because they're homeless. Doesn't mean that they're less deserving of privacy. And I know if I were in that situation, I wouldn't want to be put on the internet just to be the butt of someone else's good doing.